There we go. So let's see like how to do just very basic rigging, and then maybe I'll pause the video and make another one with how to make that flower that that is the basis of your task of the vase of flowers. So I'm sharing, and people on Zoom can hopefully also see my screen now. Okay, so I won't do anything with the basic cube right now. Delete it. And I'm probably also going to use several scene collections, just also in order to show you how to use them, because they are really handy sometimes. Okay, and somebody is sending me a lot of emails right now. I'll just very quickly check them in case something weird has happened in the world, other than the Pope died. That doesn't really matter us. Okay. Yep. All good. We can go on. Okay, let's start with okay. Let's start with simple parenting, like how to parent one object to another, and from there let's go to bones. So before I'm making any flowers, let's make just some simple objects, like I said. So add, and let's make a cylinder. That cylinder might be later my stem for the flower. So for a flower stem, it's pretty stocky. So here I'm going to change it. So radius should be much smaller, and the depth should be longer. Yeah. I think this will do. Maybe I'll click S and still make it a bit smaller. And let's raise it a little bit. And I'm now careful to keep this in the center of the universe. So because when I'm creating the bones, they will also appear here in the center automatically, and I just want them to be in the middle of the cylinder. Okay, first of all, yeah, I said I wanted to show you the simple parenting. So let's make another object. I click away from this one, and let's make a circle. Oh no, not a circle. Let's make a sphere, UV sphere. Yeah, that's better. And I'll move this one here up here. So let's pretend that this is my flower. So simple parenting happens so that you first click on the object that you want to parent to another object, and then you click, like shift click on the object that would be its parent. So I want this sphere to follow this stem at all times. Okay, by the way, I'll already name this one stem instead of cylinder. So first I click the sphere or the so-called flower, and then I click the stem. Then so I could click Control P for parenting, or I could just right click, which is for me easier. So right click, then I'll go find parent. And as you can see, there's a lot of parenting stuff. Parenting is important. And then there's the object. So when we are making bones, then we go to armature deform. But now when we're parenting one object to another, it's object. Pretty obvious. So now if I just click on the stem and move it around, then the sphere will go with it. And here in the scene collection, you can also see that we can't really see the sphere anymore because it's here inside the stem. So from here, from the hierarchy, you can also see that it's parented. Okay, so I leave these alone for a while and click them away. Any questions about this? All is good? Or do you have problem? You don't know if it's working, so I'll come and check. First you, they don't seem to be. No, out of that. Don't comment it. No. Joo, se on nyt toisinpäin. Sulla on tämä parempi, että tuohon pois. Ensin klikkaat sitä, minkä haluat paremmin toiduksi, ja viimeisenä sitä parempia. Ensin toi, sitten toi, se just paremmin. Okay, so here's an important part that I did say it, but maybe not enough. So whenever you want to parent, the object that will be the parent will be the one that you click last. So it does matter like which object you click in which at which time. So that matters to the hierarchy. So if you have first clicked on the stem and then you have shift click the flower, then you parent, then the stem will be parented to the flower, not the other way around. So first, always click the child object and then the parent for the very last. So in this way, you can, by the way, also parent several child objects to one parent at once. So always the one that you click last will be the parent. Okay, so with that information, let's go and make our first bones. Okay, Shift and A. And now I am interested in the armature. Here we go. Oh, by the way, this version of Blender that I have here doesn't have the special Rigify armature, which I'll show you later on. So how to get that. Also, I usually have these extra objects that are often very helpful. So let's go see those also later. I'm just reminding myself here. Okay, but now I need some basic armature. And it made me a basic bone. And let's see a little bit closer what it looks like. Actually, it can look also different, but this is like the basic bone shape. This is where it starts, and this is where it ends. And you can, in edit mode, you can grab both ends. And what I want to do is I want to extrude bones from out from this bone. So let's see how to do that. So obviously I need to go to edit mode. Oh, by the way, with bones, you have 3 modes. You have object mode, you have edit mode, and then you have pose mode. Because then once you have rigged something to your bones, then you can pose those bones. Well, you can pose them anyway, but it will look better if some object is connected to it. Anyway, in edit mode, you can create new bones, you can change hierarchies and so on, or you can just get rid of bones. And bones can be directly attached to each other, or they can have these invisible attachments. Anyway, in order to make new bones, I want to make them I want to make a simple straight line for this stem. So for that purpose, I think I'll click here and see the front view. It's the little button on the left to Z that gives me this, or you can go to View or on your numpad here if you have forgotten how to find the viewpoints. Here they are, and as you can see, there's the numpad shortcuts as well. Okay, what I want to do is I want to extrude new bones from here upwards. And you all know how to do extrusion. And I want to extrude it directly upwards, so that's the Z axis. So E, and then I click Z right away, like E and Z on the keyboard, and up it goes. And again, E and Z, and up. E and Z.
Is it like holding on to E?
No, I just click. I don't hold anything. I just click E, then I click Z, and then I start using my mouse. So don't hold. That will give you weirdness.
Okay, because when I'm doing it, I'm getting the options for the solid and like the rendered wireframe solid menu when I do the Z. So
Did
I'm
you?
wondering,
Are you in the edit mode?
yes,
And did you click only E and nothing else? No, not Shift E or anything like that.
just E.
Okay, so Erika, maybe I'll stop sharing and share your screen and show me.
Okay. How did I do that again? Let's see.
It's the green button on the.
Oh. Whoops.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know it should be obvious, but it's not.
Can you see?
Yeah. So now now click on the like upper little nubble there on of the bone.
Oh, and this one.
Yeah, and then click E and Z. So zeta.
Oh, that's what I missed. Okay, thank
Okay.
you. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Thanks.
Okay. Nice. Well done. Okay, I'll continue sharing. And so how do I check if this is already long enough for the stem? So obviously I need to put the stem so that it's visible. So let's go to object mode for a while. But then this happens. So what do I do now? Because I can't see it. So there is a way for this. So let's go and see now that we have the armature selected, when we have the object, it will show us the object properties of the armature. Then it will show us also stuff about the bones. You can see there's data about the bones, bone properties. You can go there later, but right now I'm more interested in the visibility and in the viewport display. Yes, that's the place that I was looking for. I will click here on show name and in front. And now magically I can see my bones through the object. Did you find that? So here under object properties, and then you go into viewport display. And as many important things in Blender, this is also somewhat hidden away. You have to know where to look. I mean, yeah, not the most, not the best way of designing a program, maybe. Anyway, now I go back to edit mode and I make one more bone so that they reach until the top of the stem. So again, E and Z. There we go. And now for a while, I'll make the stem invisible again because I want to show you things about the bones. Okay, let's go from edit mode into pose mode. So you'll understand what I mean with the pose mode. So now that I have the bones, I can bend them in this pose mode. Let's see, let's have the rotate function here, or maybe also maybe this transform, so I have everything. Okay, so I can rotate a bone, ta-da. Or if I take this one here, this bone, and rotate it. So I'm showing rotating because unless you have the, well, most the things that you do with bones is to rotate them. All fine so far. But it's a bit cumbersome to do it like this, although you can do a lot of rigging just like this. But then there is something that's called the like IK chains, where when you grab the bone here from the end of a like bone sequence, then or bone chain, I think chain is a better word. Then you grab it, and then all the bones follow. So that's sometimes very much more practical than than moving the bones one by one. So let's see how to do that. For that, I need to click on this last bone in this chain. And then let's see, bendy bones, bone constraints. Nope, this isn't it. There we go. So here, this one, bone constraint properties. So as you can see, there are lots of things there, and so making bones and making like armatures is like fairly big thing. So if you want to specialize just in this, then why not? If you're of a like technical inclination, maybe, and that's perfectly okay, then you might well have work in the industry. Anyway, we're going to use just this basic inverse kinematics here. You found it? Yeah. And it's important that you have it while you have the like just the last bone selected. By the way, I'm not sure if I should be in pose mode at all. Yeah, I think I should. Yes, pose mode was the right place to do this. Sorry about that. So add bone constraint and inverse kinematics. Okay, and now I could put the chain length so that it's not like 0 means that it's all the bones, but I could say that it's only 3 bones or 4 bones. But for my purposes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is, I think, good. Well, let's put 4, and let's see what happens. And now, when I click G, for instance, for moving things freely, G, this should happen. And as you can see, the chain length is only those 4 bones, including itself. So let's put Command and Z, and let's put the chain length into full 6. So G is for freeform movement, and but you can also do it with an axis. So you could have like G and X. So now it's moving only in the X axis. X-axis. Anyway, not quite as interesting as the freeform G. Okay, any questions? All good? Let's start then rigging this armature to the stem. So like we did the parenting earlier, we can also do the same with this armature. So obviously, or not, maybe not obviously, but yes, the armature needs to be the thing that we click last, and we need to go to the object mode for that. And what I'm going to use is making this rigging with automatic weights. There are also many other ways of doing this, and I've linked one video that I found pretty good, like a tutorial on Moodle for you. The thing things about rigging are like explained in 10 minutes, and then because that's very short, at least you know then the like basic things, and you can go search for more information on how to do stuff. Okay, so first I need to click on the stem and this flower, or what's or sphere actually. And then the last thing that I shift click is the armature. Then I right click, go to parent. Now we go to armature deform with automatic weights, like I said. You can also parent just one bone to something, but we're not going there now. Okay, with automatic weights. And now we can see, or I can see at least here, that the armature is encompassing both the sphere and the stem. And let's see if it actually works. We need to go, for that we need to go to pose mode and see. Okay, I'll take the G again on the keyboard to freely move this. Okay, and something obviously went wrong, as you can see. Oh yeah. Now I know what went wrong. Silly me. So I don't have enough geometry. So I go a few steps back and I'll explain you what's happened. So, okay, now everything is as it was again. So it was obviously linked to the armature, but it didn't have enough geometry to move. So let's make the armature invisible for now, and let's go see what's the problem with the stem. Off to edit mode. So there is geometry around it, but there is no horizontal geometry to make it bend. So I actually made this mistake by design. So you could see what often can happen. So we need to make some edge loops. So here we go. We have the loop cut. You can either use the tool or to do like me and use Control and R. I click twice and then I get the loop cut and slide option window, and let's make geometry here. And when you are making stuff where you need to be careful about how much geometry you have, then it's like really important not to have too many loop cuts. You need to think. In the tutorial video that I linked, there are some tips for that. But now, right this moment, I'm not too much minding of how much geometry I get. I mean, this is not the Games Academy. We can have a lot of geometry if we want, or not. Up to you. Anyway, now there should be enough geometry to make this flower stem bend. Also, by the way, for the real stem, I should have made some finer shapes here, like let the stem taper a bit, stuff like that. Anyway, let's go back to object mode, and let's see if there is enough geometry now. And I'll make the armature visible. First, I'll click on the so-called flower. I can get rid of that later. Oh, then I need to click on the stem. And then last thing, the armature. And right click, and then armature deform with automatic weights. And let's see, pose mode. So remember, go to pose mode in order to test this. And then I press G, and as you can see now, it bends to my will, or to the armature's will.
My ball goes on the stem like this.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay, I'll come see. And this would be a nice point also to save your work. And I'll stop sharing here and stop the recording. And then in the next recording, we'll go into the making the flower. So let's have a small round now and questions and problems.